Are the changes not seen in 100 years as proclaimed by Xi Jinping really coming? However, this time the upheaval seems to be targeting Xi Jinping himself. Hello everyone, welcome to Inconvenient Truths. I'm your host, Jennifer Zeng. Since the whispers of Xi Jinping suffering a stroke emerged from the CCP's third plenary session in July, the political landscape in China has been showing all sorts of bizarre phenomena, with various rumors about the Chinese political situation circulating non-stop. The debate over whether Xi Jinping has lost power or part of it has been intense. I believe the recent arrest of Miao Hua, a member of the CCP's Central Military Commission and director of the Political Work Department, should be considered a landmark event. This might mean that the Chinese political arena is about to experience a new round of major upheaval, and Xi Jinping might have already factually lost control over the military. On November 11th, I reported Miao Hua's arrest, which was officially confirmed on November 28th. This means I accurately predicted this 17 days in advance, maybe earlier than any other English language media. Everyone knows that apart from Xi Jinping, the Central Military Commission now has only 5 other members, making it the highest leadership body of the Chinese military. So the arrest of a commission member is by no means a small matter. Before discussing why Miao Hua's arrest could be a landmark event, let's briefly introduce who Miao Hua is. Now 69 years old, Miao Hua has long been in charge of political work in the Nanjing military region, and at the age of 44, he was promoted to director of the political department of 31st Group Army, which was stationed in Fujian province. That same year, Xi Jinping became the acting governor of Fujian. Miao Hua's long service in Fujian province allowed him to meet and befriend Xi Jinping, who also held military-related positions at the time, including the first secretary of the Fuzhou Military Sub-District Party Committee and the first political commissar of the Fujian Anti-Aircraft Reserve Division. After Xi Jinping became the head of the CCP in 2013, Miao Hua was rapidly promoted, becoming the Navy's political commissar in 2014, promoted to the rank of admiral in 2015, appointed as the director of the political work department of the Central Military Commission in 2017, and a member of the Central Military Commission in 2018. Such rapid promotions are clear indications of Xi Jinping's high regard for Miao Hua. The news of Miao Hua's suspension for investigation was released by the CCP's Ministry of Defense. The message was brief, stating Miao Hua was suspected of serious violations, and after deliberation by the party Central Committee, it was decided to suspend Miao Hua for investigation. First, the channel and manner of this announcement are highly unusual. Previously, when high-ranking officials from the Central Military Commission faces issues like former Vice Chairman Xu Caihou or former Commission member Zhang Yang, the announcements were made by CCP's mouthpiece Xinhua News Agency. Why would the Ministry of Defense, just a department under the State Council, announce the issues of a higher-ranking vice state-level official? This is like a subordinate unit announcing the investigation of a supervisor, which is completely abnormal. Second, the manner in which Miao Hua was captured was highly humiliating for Xi Jinping. There was reports that the arrest was like a Hollywood blockbuster. On November 9th, Miao Hua's residential compound was surrounded by 200 military special police, and he was taken away with a black hood over his head in full view of the high-ranking military compound residents. This high-profile arrest was clearly intended as a deterrent. Since Miao Hua was always considered a confidant of Xi Jinping, his arrest in such a humiliating manner undoubtedly struck a severe blow to Xi and his followers. Third, the timing of Miao Hua's arrest and investigation. Miao Hua was taken from his home 4 days before Xi Jinping left for a series of visits, including attending APEC and G20 summits. During Xi's absence, evidence was gathered and circulated within a limited scope. By the time Xi returned to Beijing on November 24th, the evidence against Miao Hua had been so thoroughly compiled that the case was already ironclad. And only 4 days later, the Ministry of Defense announced the suspension of Miao Hua. It is hard to imagine that if Miao Hua's case had been led by Xi Jinping, the investigation and the initial publicity would have happened while Xi was out of the country. Fourth, Miao Hua is not the only one in trouble. Although the CCP's Ministry of Defense has denied reports from the Financial Review about Defense Minister Dong Jun being investigated, rumors about Rocket Force Commander Wang Houbing and Eastern Theater Command Commander Lin Xiangyang being under investigation have spread widely on overseas social media. Some even say Lin has committed suicide or was murdered. Given that Miao Hua has long been in charge of military personnel matters, it is reasonable to think that officials he promoted would also be implicated. There are also reports that Armed Police Force Commander Wang Chunying has been also arrested. One basis for this rumor is his absence from the video conference of the CCP's National Public Security Ministry on November 21st, where he usually sat next to Public Security Minister Wang Xiaohong. Instead, Zhang Hongbin, the political commissar of the Armed Police Force, took his place. Furthermore, there are claims that Zhong Shaojun, the director of the office of the CCP's Central Military Commission and considered Xi's military chief of staff, along with former Navy political commissar Qin Shengxiang, Army political commissar Qin Shutong, and current Navy political commissar Yuan Huazhi have all been taken away for investigation. Fifth, there's a related rumor that the son of Xi Jinping's confidant, Cai Qi, effectively the second in command among the CCP's Politburo Standing Committee, was also under investigation. Some say Cai Qi's son Cai Erjing was taken by the CCP's Discipline Inspection Commission, but Canadian Chinese writer and YouTuber Lao Deng mentioned that Cai Erjing was involved in a very strange car accident in Beijing's North Fifth Ring Road and the day before yesterday. After the accident, it wasn't the police who showed up, but military intelligence personnel who directly took Cai Qi to the military base, detaining him under the charge of being a spy, alleging he sold military intelligence to the US. According to Lao Deng, this car accident could be created by the military. This incident reminds us of the car accident involving Lin Jihua's son before the 18th Party Congress. Lin Jihua held the same position as Cai Qi and was also the director of the CCP's General Office then. The car accident involving Lin Jihua's son had a significant impact on China's political landscape, leading to a chain reaction that disrupted Hu Jintao's arrangements and facilitated Xi Jinping's smooth succession. So, could the car accident involving Cai Qi's son provoke a similar large-scale chain reaction? Cai Qi's recent behavior has also been quite abnormal. He used to accompany Xi on every visit, but recently he has missed several such occasions, which is very unusual. If Miao Hua is Xi's biggest confidant in the military, Cai Qi is Xi's most trusted in the party and the government. If both key confidants face issues at the same time, what does that mean for Xi? Sixth, since the CCP's third plenary, the frequency of official media's reporting on Xi has decreased greatly, while reports on other high officials have relatively increased. Many officials no longer express loyalty to Xi Jinping as frequently in public speeches, sometimes not mentioning him at all. Seventh, Zhang Youxia has been very active and high profile recently, including meeting the visiting U.S. National Security Advisor Sullivan, visiting Vietnam, where he received a state-level reception, and during Xi's absence, meeting with Russian Defense Minister Belosov and holding a military theory work conference without Xi Jinping, etc. Therefore, considering all these various signs, some military experts believe that this wave of military purge is led by Zhang Youxia, aiming to sideline Xi Jinping's military power and force Xi to step down at the CCP's fourth plenary session. Why would Zhang Youxia do this? It's because he felt threatened. We know that the CCP's former Defense Minister Li Shangfu, who was now fallen from grace, was Zhang Youxia's subordinate and successor as head of the Equipment Development Department. One of Li Shangfu's charges was bribery. Who was the recipient of these briberies? It's not hard to imagine that it would be his supervisor, Zhang Youxia. With Li Shangfu's downfall, Zhang felt endangered, and instead of waiting to be taken down, he might have chosen to act first. Moreover, Xi Jinping's extensive purges within the military over the years have likely been unpopular, with many in the military dissatisfied. To control the military, one must align with this sentiment, which could also be a motive for Zhang Youxia's actions. According to former Lieutenant Commander Yao Chen of the Chinese Navy, After the CCP's third plenary, especially after the Beidaihe meeting, it was determined internally that Xi Jinping can no longer implement the chairman responsibility system, and the military must still be led by the party as a whole. This is also there is also strong opposition within the military against attacking Taiwan. Xi Jinping's previous actions, like arresting the highly respected Air Force General Liu Yazhou, who opposes to an attack on Taiwan, and reconstructing the rocket force, which was also reluctant to attack Taiwan, have caused significant discontent. Currently, the CCP's Central Military Commission's work is in a state of paralysis, with two of its members, Miao Hua and Li Shangfu, already taken down. Yao Chen says Zhang Youxia has taken a series of actions to sideline Xi Jinping, clearing out Xi's people in the military to set a stage for reconstructing the Central Military Commission at the fourth plenary session. Yao also mentioned that Xi could step back to a secondary role at the fourth plenary session, resigning as General Secretary of the CCP and Chairman of the Military Commission, retaining only the ceremonial title of Chairman of China. To do it this way is to prevent greater turmoil in China. In summary, Yao Chen said that Xi Jinping has lost control over the military, and there's no one within the CCP to protect him. The notion that Xi Jinping will step down at the fourth plenary session has been circulating online for some time, but I hadn't mentioned this speculation before due to a lack of evidence. However, the unusual circumstances surrounding Miao Hua's arrest make me lean towards believing that she might indeed have lost some power or at least control over the military. China's state machine might now be in the hands of others who might believe that the current timing is not right, or rather, they have yet to reach a consensus on the distribution of power in the post-Xi Jinping era. For now, they are allowing Xi Jinping to remain on the surface while waiting for a more suitable moment to remove him from the historic stage. There's even a saying among the Chinese people that Xi might not live for more than half a year. This talk started after the CCP's Public Security Minister Wang Xiaohong recently emphasized maintaining social stability and political order, specifically for this winter and the next spring. People ask, why specify a time period for ensuring stability? Some commentators believe Wang Xiaohong said this because significant political changes are expected during this winter and next spring, hence the emphasis on stability during this period. He might be hinting at potential high-level political turmoil, like issues with Xi Jinping's health or political standing. These speculations, while lacking solid evidence, are not without precedent in the CCP history, where leadership changes often involve tighter social control. The guesswork about Xi's health isn't unfounded. I've covered this in previous programs. After disappearing from public view for 3 weeks in August, Vietnamese media captured an image showing a surgical scar on the right rear of Xi Jinping's head, indicating he had undergone minor brain surgery. Of course, Wang Xiaohong's emphasis on this winter and next spring could also be due to China's current economic downturn, rising unemployment, and increasing public dissatisfaction, all adding pressure for stability. The CCP authorities might foresee potential social unrest in the coming months and are preparing in advance. From the increasing number of malicious revenge against society incidents in China, it is clear that the accumulated issues in Chinese society are on the brink of eruption. Internationally, the incoming Trump's aggressive tariff policies will undoubtedly be a nightmare for the CCP. So, under the dual pressure of internal and external crisis, it wouldn't be surprising if the CCP's already battered machine were to collapse suddenly one day. Do you agree? Well, that's all for today. Now, please like this video, share it, and subscribe or follow me for more. Please also visit my website at jenniferzengblog.com to sign up for a membership or make a donation. Your support is vitally important to enable me to continue sharing the inconvenient truths. Thank you and see you next time.